Today we're moving Cinders, who's our boa constrictor. She's been living off show for the last couple of years, and we've just literally this week finished our new snake habitat that's able to be seen out in the zoo. We're directly across from the aardvarks and the hornbills, for those of you that are regular visitors. Cinders used to be on show in our old reptile building, which we closed down so we could build new and improved facilities with more modern husbandry standards. So we'll get her out of the tub that we've moved her down in. And then we can tell you a bit more about Cinders. Right, here we go. So this is Cinders, as you can see. She's our common boa. She's been with us here at the zoo since 2016. I'm just going to get her out. She might be a little bit jumpy because obviously we just moved her from her normal habitat and we moved her halfway across the zoo, basically. So as you can see, her tongue is flicking out. I don't know if you can see that from the camera. And the reason for that is the way that snakes take in their environment is through scent. So her flicking her tongue out like that is her smelling the environment. She's trying to take in what's around her. So she's just trying to get a feel for it, the same as we would do with putting our hands out and stuff. Obviously, she does have very good vision as well. But snakes use their sense of smell totally differently than we do. So her flicking her tongue out like that, it's just her trying to gauge what's going on in the environment, really. So we'll just lift her head up so she can see out. I am probably just going to grab her. Here we go. Right. There you go, look, you're all right. There you go. So, she's going to be really busy today, to be honest. So this species are nocturnal, so she does most of her movements at night. But what she's going to spend the day doing, and probably most of this evening as well, she'll be going round this new habitat, smelling, exploring. So you can see she's a really, really beautiful animal. These are found all throughout South America. They've got a very wide distribution. She is fully grown. As I say, she's been here with us at Blackpool Zoo since 2016. But she actually came to us from one of our sister parks, the Aquarium of the Lakes. And before she was there, she was used as a handling animal. She's very, very well-tempered, very nice animal. You can get her out for she was used for handling sessions. But because of her size, they'd asked if we had a bigger exhibit for her here at the zoo, which we did at the time. And we had a different common boa as well. So she kept our original animal company, who sadly we lost due to old age. We don't know her exact age. As I say, she was actually donated to Aquarium of the Lakes from a private owner. Now, this species are really, really interesting. So, all reptiles, the way that they breed, they have to have eggs. But actually, these are called viviparous, which means they give birth to live young. You might ask, well, how? I've just said they have to have eggs. Well, how does that work? Well, actually, they hold the eggs inside their bodies to incubate them rather than laying them in the ground like most species of reptile do. And then her heat will then basically develop those youngsters within the eggs, and then they hatch from inside those eggs inside her, and then they emerge as basically miniature versions of her. They'll look exactly the same with the colour patterning. The only thing that could be slightly different is the colouring can be a bit brighter on the tails. Now, there are various different subspecies of common boa. Some people are aware of something called a red-tailed boa, which is a very, very close relation. Depending on where they're found, they have slightly different coloration, slightly different size. As I say, they're a mainly nocturnal predator. They're a sit and wait predator, so as food goes past, they'd strike, constrict and consume. They're not poisonous. They do have an awful lot of teeth, though. And that's so that when they grab hold of their food, it can't get away. And the way they would then work is constrict, which means they would wrap around their food, and they keep squeezing. They squeeze the breath out of their prey, and basically their prey can never take a breath in. And then once the animal their food is no longer alive, that's when they would then swallow their food whole. Please come along to the zoo. You can see our new snake habitat that's open and ready for visitors to see, and then you'll get to see Cinders as well.